Today I am going to show you how to create these super cool little mushrooms using a painting technique called marbling. So you can see that the paint is all sorts of marbled there. But first we're going to talk about mushrooms and why their color is actually pretty important, even though they aren't plants that need pigments to undergo photosynthesis. So let's talk about mushroom color for a little bit.
Fungi are in a separate kingdom from plants, but do have some similarities when it comes to color or pigments. Both produce pigments to attract animals. For example, red flowers are more likely to go to seed when their pollinator, the hummingbird that loves the color red, comes and visits. Mushrooms also can produce pigments that attract wildlife, such as squirrels, snails, fox, and others. When humans eat a wide variety of colors of vegetables and fruits, we get a whole bunch of nutrients along with it, and wildlife want that nutrition too. The spores, kind of like seeds, have a better chance of being dispersed over a greater distance if it is moved by an animal. Many mushrooms even have the same pigments as plants, such as carotenoids, which produce oranges. However, some mushrooms have a pigment that almost no plants or animals have, a true blue pigment. Mushrooms also thrive in warm, moist environments. In areas where it's colder, mushrooms tend to be a darker color, which allows them to absorb more heat, which helps them thrive. Some pigments can even help prevent too much moisture loss during drier periods of the year. Now, let's get to creating our own vibrant, colorful mushrooms.
For this activity, you will need a little wooden mushroom. You can have all sorts of different sizes or varieties. I was able to get mine from a wholesale woodworker who was able to turn these cute little mushrooms for me, but you can get any sort of little tiny wooden mushrooms. You will need nail polish for your paint. Very specifically, nail polish will float on the surface of our water, whereas acrylic paint like this craft acrylic paint sinks to the bottom, so it is not as usable. Nail polish is great though. So you will need to choose your colors and get them ready. You can use a pencil or a stick to act as a paint swirler if you want. You will also need a cup with water, and the water needs to be at least the depth of the cap of your mushroom, or however much of the mushroom you want to paint. To start, you want to make sure that all of your nail polishes are fully unscrewed. This is going to help since you need to work pretty quickly to get this marbling technique down. You don't want all of your paint to dry on the top surface of the water. So make sure that they are all uncapped, and then all you have to do is make sure that it's nice and drippy, that the nail polish is nice and drippy, and drip it into your water. You'll see that it sinks a little bit and then rises back up to the surface and sits on top of your water. Then you're just going to drop your nail polish onto the surface of the water. You can kind of fling it about a little bit, but in any sort of pattern, style, with any colors that you want. And then you can use your stick or skewer to kind of swirl your color around. Oof. You'll notice if it sticks to your skewer like it did to mine, that was because I took too long and the paint had time to dry. So I'll need to reapply some. Once you are happy with the swirl of your color, you're going to take your mushroom and you are going to dip it into your paint mixture and kind of twist the mushroom a little bit as you dip. You want to make sure that all of that beautiful color that you put into your water bath here coats the top of the mushroom. And then you can take it out. You see that all of the paint that was on the surface of the water is now left on your mushroom cap.
What colors and designs will you make? What does that mean about your fungus? Enjoy!